So my name is Louisa Ho. I lead two troops. So I lead a 10th grade troop and an 8th grade troop, and I'm also co-service unit manager for West Windsor-Plainsboro Girl Scouts.
How did you introduce the Girl Scout Silver Award to your cadets?
Well, basically, I told them about the award, and then we went to a training program run by council where they could learn about what the award involves, and then they decided to do it.
What are some of the major first steps that they have to follow in order to begin their Silver Award?
Well, there's basically only one step. There's one prerequisite for Silver Award, which is you do one of the cadet journeys.
When did you start working on the Silver Award with your troop?
Basically, you should spend 6th grade doing the prerequisites, which would be the journey, and then you can start working on Silver Award projects in 7th so that you're finished by the end of 8th grade.
Is it true that the girls need to complete their Silver Award before they're in grades 10 or between ages 14 to 18?
No.
Whoa.
Girls need to finish before the beginning of 9th grade.
How did your girls get their ideas for their projects?
They got their ideas from all over the place.
Okay.
Basically, we sat down, we did it a couple times for the girls to come up with projects. And I really suggested that girls look at it in a couple of ways. First, I asked them to think about if there was an issue they really cared about in society, something that really called to them, like the environment or poverty, hunger, literacy, whatever. So look for an issue, or also to look for an organization that they cared about, knew about, were connected with. So for example, if their family had always worked with a particular organization, such as a diabetes foundation or something that they had a personal connection to, that they might want to look at for projects there. Also, I asked them to look at what do you like to do and what are you good at. And some of the girls got started on finding a project by looking at those questions.
What types of projects did the girls do?
I had a lot of girls, so we did a lot of different projects. I think the two of the really cool projects were my daughter and a friend. They both liked to bake and decorate cakes, and they had done some service for the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen. So they came up with a project to bake individual birthday cakes for the people at the soup kitchen, who a lot of times perhaps are disconnected from their families, and especially on days like your birthday feel, forgotten and not cared about. So they made them birthday cakes, and as their project, they did that for about 7 months. But it's been carried on as Girls Bronze Award projects, and so it's past its 2-year anniversary. So it's really cool that it's been a sustainable project. Another project that a girl on my troop did that was really impressive is her sister is disabled and goes to a special school. And they don't get a lot of special programs at the special school because so many of the kids are disabled that it's hard to run that kind of stuff. So she recruited about 20 friends and relatives and ran a giant international fair for that school. And it was very cool. It was a very big project, and a number of girls from our troop helped her because she needed a lot of help. My girls also did a bunch of other projects that were cool. I had one girl who taught a summer soccer camp for kindergarten girls. I had 2 girls who liked cooking and eating, baking, and being creative. And so they went to a summer camp program which largely serves poor kids. And those kinds of camps tend to be low funded, so they designed and baked a huge number of cupcakes, and they brought all the stuff, and they taught the kids to do really cool cupcake critters. And that was their project, to really lift the summer camp and do something special. One group of girls decided that running a project in the summer would work well for their lives. And so they ran a summer project. They set up and ran an environmental camp for kids in Plainsboro to teach them how to be good to the environment. They ran a half-day camp 4 days out of 5 in a week, and they did it twice. So they had about 15 to 20 kids both times, and it ran really, really well. Another girl ran a math challenge program at the Plainsboro Library for, I think, about 4 weeks in the summer. She would put up a problem of the day, kids would try and solve it. She gave prizes. The next day she'd be there. She'd explain it. And they could enter. Again. I had one girl who's connected to. I had one other girl who was going back to India for a couple weeks in the summer.
Oh, okay.
And her family, some of her family members run a small school there. And so she ran a special reading program at the school. So you can see how that one is connected to friends and family, her network. Who does she know? And so she came up with her project that way. And then I have some girls who wanted to work with disabled children, because 2 of the 4 girls have relatives that are autistic. So they wanted to work with disabled kids. So they reached out, and through me, they found a troop leader who has a child in a disabled school. And they got connected with the principal at that school, and they're going to do a project for them. That school runs parents' nights out, where the parents get a night off, and they bring their disabled child and their other children to school. And normally the activities at Parents' Night Out are very sort of low-key, just kind of keeping them out of trouble. And instead of that, they're going to make it a special event. So they're going to run holiday-themed events so that the kids have a special night in addition to the parents getting a date. So they got theirs through what they care about, what they know about because of relatives, and they found their project by networking through other people. So those are basically most of their Silver Award projects.
So how are these Silver Awards beneficial for the girls later on?
I think when you talk to the girls, you can see that they're proud of their projects and what they've accomplished, because they can usually really see how they took an idea and they saw it all the way through completion, and it's something that's theirs. Girl Scouts is special because girls own things, they have responsibility for things, and they have to deal with the world not all being figured out for them. A lot of times in school, when you do school projects, they kind of have to make it sure it all works, and so for the class to function and for everybody to get through everything. But in Girl Scouts, a lot of times you get things where everything isn't all figured out, and you have to figure it out, and that makes it a special and better experience.
How long has it been working on your Silver Award?
If you're a troop leader, okay, you should plan on it taking you a whole year and a half, maybe even 2 years, to get all of your girls through Silver Award if you have a large spread them out. So you want to start as soon as you can to give yourself a bigger spread to get them all done. An individual girl, once she knows what she wants to do, if she has enough parent support, because you need your parents to drive you here and there, whatever, I would guess most girls finish in probably 6 to 9 months. All I would say is the key is that the girls find a project that they care about. The girls who find a project that they can conceptualize, that they own, they understand, they care about, will move quickly. The girls who are doing projects that they don't really get, or don't really, they're not quite solidified, they don't get started because they don't really know where to start, or they're not enthusiastic about it. So you really want the girls to find something they're interested in.